Hi, everybody. As some of you may know, I just got back from Toronto at a wonderful conference that talked about hips and knees as it associated with hockey players, because hockey players definitely get injured all of the time. Now, one of the topics that we did talk about was ACL tears and surgical interventions, which is something that's very near and dear to me because we see a ton of soccer players that come through the sports pod where we have to rehab a lot of ACL tears. And I think that before you go into surgery, it's best to be as informed as possible, and it's really, really important to be informed about the different types of grafts you can get before the surgery. So, as some of you may know, you can have 3 different grafts for your ACL. You can have a hamstring graft, a patellar tendon graft, and a cadaver graft. The hamstring comes from the top of your hamstring, so right near your butt. Your patellar tendon comes from your inferior patellar tendon, so right under your kneecap. And the last one is a cadaver, which is basically somebody donated their body to science, and they take a part of their ACL and put it in the athlete's knee. Okay, so which one is actually better? What they did was they took 50 people and studied them. They took actually 150 people. So they took 50 people who did the patellar tendon graft, 50 people who did the hamstring graft, and then 50 people who did the cadaver graft. And they watched them and they studied them for a period of about 10 years. And they were looking at a bunch of variables like how much pain did they have, did they have better range of motion? Did they re-injure that knee? Did they injure the knee that's on the other side? What was their quality of life basically after their surgery? And so, without further ado, here come the results. Can you guess which one was better? If you guessed patellar tendon, then you are a very smart individual. Patellar tendon did better over the long haul of 10 years. There was less re-injury rates. There was less associated pain. The only thing that the patellar tendon did have as a negativity was it was harder to get that range of motion within the first 6 to 8 months of after surgery. And mostly it comes from extension. Patients didn't feel like they could get full extension as compared to the cadaveric and also the hamstring patients. Now, that being said, the patellar tendon, if you are an athlete and if you're a soccer player, hockey player, volleyball player, whatever it may be, it is best to ask your surgeon, tell me the differences between the 3 different grafts. You do have options. This study is just one study, and every surgeon is going to have a different tilt on it. But this was a meta-analysis study, so it was over 10 years, and it was through many different studies, and they basically figured out that the patellar tendon was the strongest out of the 3 options. So now that you know that, and hopefully you never have to have a ACL surgery, but the patellar tendon is the best graft to have, especially if you're going to continue to play sports. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call, find me on social media, DM me, text me. I would love to answer all of your questions about this, and have a great day. Move free, humans.